A while ago, I was watching um, the movie Spartacus, and I actually was surprised because I didn't realize that was a Stanley Kubrick movie. But I'm a big Kubrick fan. But at any rate, I was watching Spartacus with Kirk Douglas and Gene Simmons, the other Gene Simmons, of course, uh, and I didn't think that that was a true story. I thought that that was a fictional account. But then at the end of it, um, the Roman soldiers defeated the slave rebellion led by Spartacus, and the survivors were crucified. So along this road, for however many miles or stadia or whatever measurement they used back then, there was all these slaves that had rebelled that were crucified. And when I saw that part, it reminded me of something that I thought I had heard in history before about a mass crucifixion of a slave rebellion. So I looked it up on the internet, on Wikipedia, and sure enough, there was an actual person named Spartacus who had led a slave rebellion. And the movie Spartacus was based on a novel, but the novel was based on actual events of Spartacus and the slaves, and a lot of the there was a lot of poetic license taken in the novel, uh, and apparently there's some debate over certain events in the saga over what actually happened, but the movie did follow more or less what had happened. And I also talked to a friend of mine before I went online who knows about Roman history, and he said that that had happened as well, the slave rebellion. Now, this slave rebellion took place. The final battle, I think, was 73 BC of the slaves led by Spartacus. So around 70 BC, we have this slave rebellion, and hundreds of people crucified all at once along a Roman highway. Now, this got me thinking about something else, something in the Bible. There is a mention in the Bible of slavery, and people will point to what the Bible says and does not say about slavery um, as a stumbling block to their coming to trust in the Bible. Why didn't Jesus speak out against slavery? The Bible, it seems, condones slavery, or at the very least does not condemn it. And so this is a criticism that people have leveled against the Bible. Well, if you consider the crucifixion of Jesus took place around 30 AD, that would have been about 60 years after this Spartacus rebellion, the third servile rebellion they call it on the Wikipedia article. So the third servile rebellion was 60 years after, or 60 years before the crucifixion of Jesus. Then after the resurrection of Jesus, the church gets started, and you have Paul and others writing letters and Gospels for the New Testament. So I think that this rebellion, this third servile rebellion, may indeed have been fresh in the minds of the people who authored the Bible and who spoke within it, particularly Jesus Christ, as far as speaking. And the authors would be Paul and Peter and Luke and so on. So the idea of slavery in the Bible, it's not commanded that people have slaves. This was a cultural phenomenon, and if there was some unrest in the air as well with the I forget what they're called now, but there were people trying to overthrow Rome. Zealots, I guess, was one group. Sicarii, I think, was the other group. There's all kinds of things going on um, as the church gets started, and if added to this was a major abolition movement, um, it could have ended. A lot of the people following Jesus ended up getting crucified anyways, but um, it just seems to be wise, with all that was going on and with this Third Servile Rebellion under Spartacus 60 years earlier, not to speak too loudly against the Roman authorities and the social institution, not the church institution, but the social institution of slavery. Now, a lot more could be said, and a lot more needs to be said about the issue of slavery in the Bible. It's a very complex issue, but I think these events surrounding Spartacus do shed some light, do go part of the way towards giving a complete answer of why the Bible doesn't speak out against slavery. So it doesn't command it, it doesn't necessarily even condone it. It just says that this was a cultural phenomenon. It did not say that people should stop this slavery because, again, this was a major economic part of the Roman Empire, and when people tried to throw off the yoke of Roman slavery in the Third Servile Rebellion, um, it ended in tragedy with a mass crucifixion, hundreds and hundreds of people crucified along the road, all in one day. So I think that will help us to appreciate the context that slavery is addressed or not addressed in the Bible. Well, let me hear what you think. Thanks for watching. Shalom out.